Never thought I'd live in Laguna Woods. Never thought of moving into the old folks' hood. My friends all laughed, told me it'd be a bummer. But now I'm living in an endless summer. Yeah, these are the tales from Laguna Woods. I'm telling tales from Laguna Woods. Yeah, life in Laguna Woods. I'm telling tales from Laguna Woods.
Last time on Tales from the Woods, Morgana earns money with her psychic hotline, while Jackie enters cooking contests to win enough money to pay the rent. Jane meets up with an attractive unmarried man who contacted her because he likes her column. Denny books a gig for himself and Morgana at the Rainbow Club and asks her to be his pretend fiancée.
Oh, what's this?
Pork roulette hand pie.
Oh, thanks.
For the Pillsbury Bake Off.
First grand, first prize. So what do you guys think?
Well, even Teddy spit it out. And you know, I'm sorry. I haven't gotten you the rent yet this month. You know, bookings are a little slow this time of year.
I told you I'd be more than happy to loan you some money until you straighten things out.
I know, but I hate borrowing money, especially when I know I've got all that money from Marshall just sitting in the safe deposit box.
Sorry, but you can't spend that until we find out where it's from.
And we're going to know that when?
Well, Marshall's investor's name, Mr. Chang, is very common, and I'm getting nowhere doing any research on him.
So that's it? You've given up?
No, I just think we need a private investigator.
And how am I supposed to pay for that?
I've got to call into a guy that Ajit knows, and hopefully he's going to do us a favor.
I think we're going to need another bottle. So, you said he's out of the hospital now, so at least that's good news, right?
No, he's in rehab. I mean, it could be years.
So I guess that means Ajit's not moving here anytime soon.
Well, he's decided not to sell his parents' condo. I mean, he's going to come here for vacations.
Okay. And you don't see yourself moving to Toronto?
It's freezing cold there, and I can't work there. And besides Ajit, I mean, I don't know a single soul there.
Well, what about his family? You know them.
Oh, right. His 4 kids, his 7 grandkids, all hoping he'll get back with his wife. And that more or less means they hate me.
Well, not until they get to know you better.
Jane, I love you. The eternal glass half full optimist.
It's the law of attraction. Jane puts out good thoughts and good vibrations and manifests good things in her life.
Oh, and you really believe this?
There's nothing to believe. It's a law of the universe, like gravity.
Is this the pablum you feed your spiritual advisor clients?
Look, Jane wanted a love relationship. So she put it out there. She had good thoughts, good vibrations, and she didn't participate in any of the man bashing that seems to be so popular around here. And lo and behold, against all odds, she manifested a love relationship.
Well, we've had exactly 4 dates.
Jane, what do you know about this guy? I mean, have you Googled him?
Probably about as much as I know about Marshall's investor.
I know, maybe I could get Ajit's friend to do a background check on him.
I am not marrying the guy. I'm just having a good time, okay?
Fine. But from my experience, both professional and personal, you really gotta take care, okay?
It's late. We gotta go.
Marilyn?
Oh
Marilyn!
my God! What are you doing here? How did you get here?
How about a hug for your old mum?
How did you get here?
I drove.
You drove. What about your eyes?
Oh, they're fine. They're fine. Hey, I'm a bit thirsty. Do you think I could have a drink of water?
Mm-hmm.
I say, Jackie's got a lovely place here, isn't she?
Yeah, she has.
You're lucky she took you in.
She did not take me in. I pay her rent to help her out.
Whatever. You're still living under somebody else's roof, and it's not cute. Now, Marilyn, I know you don't like it that I don't sugarcoat things, but when you were a 20-year-old running around like a gypsy, then it was cute. It was even romantic. But now at your age, it's just sad.
Well, thanks, Mom. You always know how to make me feel like a piece of crap.
No, that was never my intention. All I ever want to do is make you happy. Now that's why I've driven down here. I've got some fantastically good news for you.
Which is?
You remember Barry Winston?
Of course.
Well, you know, he's always adored you since grammar school.
So is that your fantastic news? Barry got divorced?
It's even better. She's dead. There's no community property to split.
Not to be a neurotically needy writer, but I am a neurotically needy writer. You haven't said anything about my last column.
I thought it was great.
But?
It's just a minor quibble.
What? Because I'm a neurotically needy writer means I can't take constructive criticism about my writing?
It's not about your writing.
Then what?
It's your photo, and it's none of my business. But it really bugs me.
You don't like my photo.
It doesn't do you justice.
Really? You think? Anyway, thanks.
Would you let me do a photo shoot?
I didn't know you were a photographer.
Just a hobby, and if you don't like the photos, toss them. What do you say?
Of course. I'm so flattered. I mean, who wouldn't be?
How about Saturday for the shoot, and afterwards we'll go to Laguna for dinner?
Sounds perfect. Have you been to Las Brisas? The view is amazing.
I'll make a reservation.
Okay.
How's your croissant? It looks good.
You want a bite?
Yeah. Jane, can I ask you something?
Of course.
God, this is so awkward.
What is?
Well, you remember my son, the saint?
Yes, he's in Malawi. You said he was excavating wells to bring water to the villagers?
I promised him I'd donate $20,000.
That's very generous of you.
Yeah, but he needs the money by the end of the week for materials. And my escrow on my house in Chicago is being held up.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm just going to put this out there. And if you're at all uncomfortable, turn me down. If you're at all uncomfortable, is it possible for you to loan me $20,000 just until my escrow closes?
I thought you would have turned him into the pound by now.
Well, what is that supposed to mean?
Well, you always said you didn't want kids to tie you down.
Oh, but I
A
love...
dog's different.
I love Daddy.
Must be your thwarted maternal instincts.
Oh, it must be getting late. If you get on the freeway now, you'll miss most of the traffic.
Barry has 2 beautiful children, 3 grandchildren. You could be a mother figure for them.
Barry and I were only ever just friends, Mother, that's all.
Yeah, he was too nice. You only liked the bad boys. Am I right?
That was 40 years ago.
Yeah, well, proves my point. You're too old now for bad boys. What you need is a nice, steady fella like Barry. He's got a beautiful home in Santa Monica, 2 lovely children, 3 grandchildren, a lucrative business. I hope he still has the hots for you.
The hots?
Yes, Marilyn, the hots, in case you didn't know. Everything revolves around a man's sacred penis. And the first woman that has sex with him after his wife dies gets him.
Who knew?
Yeah, well, they can't be alone. Men can't, no. So you'd better, if you're as smart as I think you are, you'd better grab Barry before anybody else does.
Oh, look. Oh, I'll bet. Oh, yes, it's getting late. It's 4:30.
I can take a hint. Well, I'll tell you. When I talk to Barry, then I'll let you know when and where we're coming down to see you. Oh, and do something with your hair, for God's sake.
Are you going to do White Rabbit? It gives me goosebumps every time.
Yeah. Something's wrong. You've barely said a word.
Oh, it's just that oh God, it's humiliating to still be upset about her after all these years.
Who are you talking about?
My mother, who else?
You talked to Eunice.
Yes, she came here.
Today?
Yes.
So sorry I missed her. Oh, you know, I've known Eunice since I was a kid. The last time I saw her was Christmas, and she was sharp as a tack and totally hilarious.
Yeah, real hilarious.
Oh, okay, so what's the deal? You still fighting with Eunice like you did as a kid? You know, Bobby got along with Eunice great. Marilyn and Eunice, all-out war.
The usual mother-daughter stuff?
It was just constructive criticism. You know, she hated my hair, my makeup, my clothes, my boyfriends.
I think we're all guilty of that as mothers. We live too vicariously through our children. We just want them to reflect well on us.
Well, that's a nice spin.
So, what did she want?
Well, you remember Barry Winston?
Ah, the nerdy kid with glasses. He was always hanging around your house, mooning after you.
Well, he's the reason she came down here. Fantastic news, Marilyn! Betty's wife is dead.
Sorry, that's awful, but so Eunice. Well, and knowing Eunice, there's something more to this scheme.
Oh, yes. She said she was going to bring him down here immediately. According to Eunice, the first woman who sleeps with a man after his wife has died gets him. It's like a real race.
Well, yeah, that's Eunice, but you know what? She may have something here. I mean, let's see. Wendy, Nags, Owen, Carol and John. Oh my God. Were you the first one to sleep with Ben? Is that why he's with you?
I know you didn't mean it, but that sounded really insulting.
And none of your damn business, Jackie.
Good for you. Stand up for yourself. Oh, I gotta go. Got an early mic check.
My mother was pushy like hers. She didn't like the guy I married, and she didn't keep it a secret. Yeah, too bad she died before she could say I told you so.
I know that she's going about it all wrong, but what if Morgana's mother is actually right?
What, that Marilyn should marry some nerdy kid from junior high?
I'm sure he's not a nerdy kid anymore.
She says she doesn't even want a relationship.
That's what she says, because she's afraid that she's going to be vulnerable again. And I just want to tell her that it's worth it. I mean, I could have never imagined being this happy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's great.
I hear a but. It's great but?
You don't even know what he sees in me.
Oh, come on, Jane. I mean, what? I think you're a wonderful woman. Any man would be really lucky to have you.
It's not what you said before.
Come on, Jane, you know how I phrase things all wrong. You know, I really think you're great, and I'm always on your side.
You know, Jane, if you are feeling something about Ben, you just got to trust your gut. If I had trusted mine, I wouldn't have had to live with all this misery with my ex.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure everything's fine, but the other day he asked me to do something that, well, made me feel, I guess, a little uncomfortable.
Whoa, if this is actually about sex, that's more Marilyn's territory.
This is not a roll in the hay for me, Jackie.
Sorry. Anyway, he asked you to do something.
Well, you see, Ben's got this amazing son. He's in Malawi. He's digging up wells for the villagers.
Where's Malawi? Africa?
Uh-huh. Well, anyway, Ben made a $20,000 donation, and his escrow in Chicago got held up. So, you know, he sort of asked me.
Oh, let me guess. He asked you to cover it just for a few days.
You did tell him no. Please tell me you told him no.
It's only for a few days, and besides, his son will lose the materials he needs. So.
Oh, for poor villagers in Africa? Jane, it's a scam. You've got to call the bank right now and put a stop payment on that check.
I'm sure he's cashed it by now.
I'm sure he skipped town by now.
I spoke to him this afternoon, and he said he was going to try and meet me at the dance later.
And you actually think he'll show up?
Odds are you're never going to see him again, except maybe in a courtroom. I know this is kind of embarrassing, but we've got to go to the police.
The police?
Yes, so he doesn't do this to some other unsuspecting woman.
Aren't you overreacting? Maybe there's a bit of projection on your part as well?
How's that?
You were married to an unscrupulous scammer, and now you tend to paint all men with that same broad brush. You know, I'm taking my own car. I'll see you at the dance.
Poor Jane, she's totally in denial.
You ever watch those true crime shows on TV? Nice woman looking for love. She gets conned by some sweet-talking guy who makes her feel special. It's such a cliche.
When I was working in the public defender's office, I represented a guy, a bigamist. 12 wives he scammed for their disability checks.
They usually, on TV, they wind up dead.
Yeah, at least this is just for money. Although I doubt Jane's in a financial position that she can just kiss off 20 grand.
Actually.
What?
She doesn't like to talk about it, but she's loaded. When her husband died, she sold the business for millions.
I bet that Ben Miller, or whatever his real name is, did his research. The only surprise here is that he only asked for 20 grand.
She's got a real gift.
Too bad Ben missed her.
I'm sure he texted me.
If it'll make it any easier, I'll go with you to the police station tomorrow.
Jackie, Lauren, good to see you. These are to thank you.
Oh, they're beautiful. Can I pour you a drink?
Just some water, and I'm sorry I'm late, but it's taken me all this time to straighten out the escrow. But finally, a cashier's check. Honest to God, Jane, I don't know how to thank you enough.
I'm just glad that I can help. Your son's doing an amazing thing.
Let's get out of here.
Sounds good.
Never thought I'd live in Laguna Woods. Never thought of moving into the old folks' hood. My friends all laughed, told me it'd be a bummer. But now I'm living in an endless summer. Moving here was not a likelihood. But the last place this thing is Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. I just came here now to sing and to play. Now it's a party here every day. Yeah, these are the tales from Laguna Woods. I'm telling tales from Laguna Woods. Yeah, life in Laguna Woods. I'm telling tales from Laguna Woods.